Hey, hello everyone, I'm Sean.
This is who?
We are the Courageour Frights, back once again for another movie review.
Yes.
This time we did Black Adam,
Yes. He's
starring
the most powerful superhero in
the
existence.
most powerful superhero on planet Earth.
Yes, on planet Earth.
But not as powerful as the most powerful being in the universe, who is
Yeah.
also on planet Earth.
It's not as powerful as has his rhymes, as we say.
So, talking about Black Adam, this is the superhero film that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been trying to get made for 15 plus years.
He's personally wanted this one because he went to that DC fandom when we first started. Like
It was like the only
podcast
thing
and
that
stuff.
mattered at DC.
Yeah, it was like we have a storyboard. Here's a picture of my drawing.
Literally just
That was it.
with like a bunch of like a hand drawn picture he made.
It got on like the napkin 5 minutes before. Like here it is.
Pretty much.
Here's Black Adam.
Yeah, the history of this YouTube channel is as old as the announcement of Black Adam.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, it goes far, way farther back than that. Apparently, he first pitched this like in 2007
Yeah.
or something.
Was that pre-Hamada or post-Hamada?
That was pre Hamada. It was like pre MCU.
Oh, that's true.
The year before Iron Man came out.
Oh, was it that
Yeah.
long?
That's how long this has been in development. So yeah, it's finally gotten made. We get to see if The Rock is in fact going to change the hierarchy of power in the DC universe, as he often said at the DC fandom event.
Yes.
So Black Adam, of course, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Black Adam, or Teth Adam,
Yeah, Teth Adam.
as he's referred to in the entire film.
Yes.
And then Pierce Brosnan is
Is-
Dr. Fate,
Dr. Fate or Mr. Fate or
Mr. Strange.
yeah, Mr. Strange. Every Fate or the Wizard.
Those two were the highlights for me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The other characters aren't too bad, but The Rock was good, even though he's just kind of smoldering the entire time.
Yeah, he's like he's just like not really brooding, but he's definitely like
Just being The Rock.
yeah, he's just being the Rock.
For like 2 hours. And then Pierce Brosnan was being super sarcastic.
Pierce Brosnan was good. That was actually probably like I kind of like Pierce Brosnan's performance the most out of every one of them.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah. The movie overall is not terrible.
Yeah,
A lot of people are saying this is like the worst movie or something. It's definitely not.
That's not.
This
There's
is
a lot
even-
worse movies than this.
This isn't even the worst superhero movie this year.
No.
By far. So yeah, it had a lot of potential. It could have explained things better, but
Yeah. Especially the teams that show up.
yes. So I'll give you a brief overview about this film. So what is Black Adam about? Well, it's about drive. It's about power. It's about staying hungry and devouring.
Exactly. Yes.
But it's about like this ancient being that exists who's actually connected to Shazam.
Yeah. I think it's like the same guy, right?
Same stuff as
Yeah.
Shazam.
Like the guys are like, oh, just say the name Shazam or whatever.
These ancient wizards. It's the same wizard too.
Yeah, no, the same guy.
From Shazam. He just gives this power out to anybody.
They have like, so they're like powered up by the ancient gods. Is that what the whole story was?
Yeah, because each like Shazam, I think, is an acronym.
Oh,
And it stands for like
for
different
the old gods.
yeah, I think Z is Zeus or something.
Oh, okay.
So it spells out something, if I remember correctly. That could be completely wrong. But if I remember Shazam, that's what that was.
Okay, that kind of makes sense.
So as a result, this guy, they can tell you in the trailer
Yeah.
that his son gets killed. He's a slave in Kahndaq, which is sort of like this made up ancient Bronze Age kingdom.
Yeah.
Sort of like something between Egypt and Sumeria or something.
Yeah, they even say it's like this is before the Romans, before Babylon. It's the
Yeah.
first line actually in this
Right.
movie.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
made up generic Bronze Age
Yeah.
kingdom in like the Near East or something.
Yeah.
And he was a slave, and his son got this power from the wizards, and then he got severely injured or killed or something by the king's men, and his son transferred the power to him,
Yeah.
and then immediately got killed after that.
Yeah.
So then now he's actually Shazam, but he's Black Adam.
Yeah, Black Adam is like the anti-Shazam.
Yeah, it's the anti-Shazam, but because
Black Adam's like the main villain to Shazam is Black Adam, isn't it?
yeah, it's like his arch nemesis, but because they made Shazam such a dork in the DCEU, I don't think The Rock or Dwayne Johnson wants to have a Shazam movie. Like he's not even mentioned in that.
I mean, we watched a trailer to Shazam before Black Adam started, and it's like, don't put him in there.
Yeah, Shazam 2 trailer literally starts with Shazam saying, "I'm an idiot."
Yeah, he's like, and then he's sitting in a pediatrics office with Annabelle doll.
Annabelle, the doll from the Conjuring movies,
is sitting in there.
Pediatrician's office.
It's like, why is that there?
Really understand that, but that's a rant for another time.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, back to this movie, Black Adam. Yeah, I mean, I think it was fine. It does a pretty good job setting up Black Adam.
Yeah.
It doesn't do a great job establishing any of the other characters.
Anyone else, yeah, because that villain could have really been fleshed out a little bit.
Yeah.
It was missing, because we don't have, or I guess this might be a spoiler, but
we're trying to keep spoilers light here.
Yeah,
the villain, essentially the villain is like generic terrorist man.
Yeah.
And then he basically becomes Satan.
Yeah.
And there's very little exposition in the middle.
Yeah, he literally is like, who is this guy?
Suddenly he's Satan.
He shows up.
Mephisto confirmed.
Yeah. He shows up in the beginning of the show, and then he's literally, you don't see him for like an hour.
Yeah.
Or an hour and 15 minutes. And then he shows up at the end.
Hmm.
And then he turns into Satan.
That's it. Then he becomes Satan, yeah.
And then he's there for like 10 minutes, and then he's done.
Yeah, that's weird. And then the other heroes, the Justice Society of America, who we've never heard of prior to this, they're somehow connected to Amanda Waller in the Suicide Squad, but they're like the goody two-shoes, like Boy Scout squad.
They're like the varsity league.
The varsity league Justice League.
It's like, it's not a good threat. Just bring those guys out.
You've heard of the Justice League? This is the Justice Varsity League.
Yeah, this is Justice Society. How many societies and leagues are there? DC is like Justice League, Justice Society of America. I think there's like the Justice Society of like Europe or something.
They said the Justice Society of every country.
Yeah, just like they just have people there.
Yeah. And so they're there. They show up and they're supposed to like subdue Black Adam when he's summoned.
Even though Amanda Waller knows that Black Adam is like insanely powerful,
like Superman strong.
Which I think that's what he even says, like Falcon or Captain Falcon.
Captain Falcon.
Yeah, sure.
Hawkman.
Hawkman.
Yeah.
Is that Hawkman?
Yeah, it's Hawkman.
He was like, oh, we know the text of him before this other stuff, and he's like, we know that he's powerful.
Right.
Why did you send them? Send like, all right, that's maybe at the end.
Let's talk about that for a second. Like they establish these guys. So Dr. Fate, Pierce Brosnan, is apparently over 100 years old.
Yeah.
And he wields an alien helmet that's millions of years old.
Yeah.
That will tell you the future.
It kind of chooses who your person is.
Did the helmet give him that power, or does he have that power? Because he's talking about when he's a kid in like World War II or something.
Yeah.
And he knew what was the fate of the RAF pilots that were flying over.
So he must have had it before.
So he had that before. Maybe the helmet just amplifies the ability.
Yeah, that's like I said. That's one problem with this movie. It's they bring these guys out, but they don't really explain any of it.
Yeah.
They're like, who are these guys? If you don't know anything about comic books at all, it's like, who the heck are these guys?
Yeah, who the hell are these people? And like in the timeline of events, this is in the same continuity as the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Because there's actually some Suicide Squad references. Amanda Waller's in the movie quite a bit.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but I mean, she shows up 3 times. And then
you have
that one, Jennifer Holland's the actress, James Gunn's wife. She plays Harcourt is the name of the character, and she was a big deal. She was in the Suicide Squad, and she's also like one of the main characters in Peacemaker.
Yeah.
She's in this briefly. So it's like strongly connected to James Gunn's Suicide Squad continuity.
Yeah.
And of course it's still connected to Zack Snyder, because I mean, we're going to talk about the post-credit scene later on.
Yeah.
But it's like, so who's the Justice Society people?
Yeah, who are these guys?
Because they're like reasonably strong.
Yeah,
Because Dr. Fate has like insane Doctor Strange powers.
yeah, they can kind of control like reality.
Atom Smasher is like Ant-Man. It's Giant Man.
Yeah, I think he is supposed to be Ant-Man, but he just can't go smaller. He can get bigger.
Yeah, he can get bigger with Deadpool's suit,
Yeah,
but it's blue.
I think Atom Smasher. I think his whole thing is he has really strong, like he has super strength, and I think when he actually punches you, it's supposed to be like smashing atom. Like it's supposed to go like at the molecular level or something. I think that's how powerful it is.
Right.
But it didn't look like it because he hit people and they were just like whatever.
Yeah.
So literally just like got up and like, oh, that was
got
like a tap or something. That was it.
And then there's like Wind Girl, which I can't remember what her name
I
is.
think it was like Cyclone or something.
And that would make sense. But yeah, she has like the power of wind and nanobots.
Yeah, she is
but I don't
supposed to be really smart, but you never really.
Did they ever do anything with the nanobots?
I think they helped the guy.
What guy?
The brother or whatever, or the.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, because he got shot and he was like, she was doing the thing on the computer, and he's like, "That's amazing." Even though like,
okay,
I think he just got shot. I mean,
that might have been the part I was sleeping.
Yeah, because he was. That's what she was like. He was sitting there, and he's like, they brought him to the ship, but they're like, "Oh, you fixed him," and that was like it.
Okay, so she has nanobots, but they only do one thing in the movie.
Yeah, they heal people,
I guess. And then the last one we have to talk about is kind of the team leader or whatever, is Hawkman.
Yeah.
They don't give you any backstory whatsoever about Hawkman.
No.
He's just like regular guy, but he has like gold wings and
he looks like he kind of looks like Wonder Woman.
Yeah, kind
of.
From
1984.
Yeah, the Wonder Woman 84 suit. Yeah, he's basically kind of has a Wonder Woman 84 suit, but he's tanking punches from Black Adam.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing.
He's like he's getting shocked by the lightning and stuff. He's just like,
yeah,
whatever.
He's totally fine. And I thought Hawkman was an alien from Thanagar or something. So
and he has this mace that spins around, like like one of them toys that has a lights in.
Yeah,
That's like okay.
So, but they don't explain anything about him at all, even though he's like the team leader.
Yeah.
So that was weird.
I know there was odd product placement. I remember that because the guy was eating like Lay's potato chips, and he had like KFC at one point.
A bucket of KFC.
Literally KFC is like I guess the Colonel's still cooking in cash now or what's the place? I don't even know what the places you would call generic
city of cash.
Pretty much. You would eat like KFC, and the guy was like, Pierce Brosnan was like, not right now.
Dr. Strange just vanished his bucket of KFC.
Bucket of like this 8-piece chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Or 8-piece family meal.
Yeah, he just put it into a different dimension. So yeah, they don't explain. So that'd be one of the major complaints. Probably my number one complaint. They don't explain the characters. They don't explain the villain.
Especially when they're like the driving force and trying to like take down Black Adam. They're like
especially when your story is about drive and about power.
Yeah.
About staying hungry and power.
Yeah. They don't explain them, and it's like if you're just a casual viewer, you would not know who these people are.
No.
And they don't really explain anything. So
right. So that was the big problem with this. But overall, weirdly, I know that sounds like a pretty negative review.
Yeah.
But weirdly, it's fine. Like it's like a 6, maybe 6.5.
Yeah,
like that.
probably. It's very average. It's like an average comic book movie.
Yeah. Even though I gave Thor: Love and Thunder a higher rating earlier, after thinking about it, I would say this is more even. Thor, I just have a affinity towards that character, so that's probably why I rated it higher. But Thor honestly should probably be like a 6.
Yeah.
So, or even maybe a 5. But in Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness was really mixed for me too.
Yeah.
So this one,
but that one I kind of liked it because the directorial style was like very very unique.
Well, if you're a fan of Sam Raimi, it makes sense. But if you're not, then it's going to be off-putting.
Yeah.
So this one is much more straightforward. It's like a typical superhero movie. It feels like a superhero movie maybe made 15 years ago.
It does definitely feels like that.
Not that that's necessarily a negative thing.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these superhero things have gotten off track and gone into weird.
Yeah, I agree. I think when you're doing an origin story, it's almost like you only have one way of doing it.
Yeah.
You have to have a villain that kind of shows your power.
Yeah.
Which this villain.
So we'll talk about it.
Shows up.
He
Though he shows up.
He gets an A for
Even though it's like he would be probably pretty strong, but he's just like there.
it's just there. Yeah. And you have to give the backstory.
Yeah, backstory.
But the problem is there's so many characters in this
Yeah,
thing.
there's a
Don't
lot.
give a backstory to.
It's almost like what they needed to do was, I'm trying to think of a plot part of that story they could have taken out.
I don't know what you could take out.
Yeah, it's almost like
maybe 15 minutes.
I'm 15 minutes, or maybe shorten a little bit of Terrorist Man.
He's
Part, because it's like, because they already have him in the movie anyways. He's just there for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like, especially when they're trying to find I guess we'll go on that spoiler.
All right. So yeah. Well, let's just go into spoilers now.
Yeah.
So what would you rate this? I said like a 6.5.
Yeah, I'd say probably like 6 is pretty okay. So it's not bad. It's not like good. It's a serviceable movie, I guess you can say.
It's fine and fun, as some channels might.
Probably Hamada's last movie, because he was on the credits.
Yeah,
he was there.
Walter Hamada pieced out earlier this week.
Yeah.
Finally. And we'll talk about that in a second. But as soon as he left, somebody else came back.
Yeah.
So spoilers to anyone listening. So
Yes.
if you don't want to hear what happens in the movie, get out.
Yeah. Get out.
You had your chance. So spoilers. Walter Hamada walked out the door, and as he was leaving Warner Brothers studio, Henry Cavill was hiding in the bushes, and he climbed into the window of Warner Brothers
Of
Zaslav's office, and he is back as Superman.
Yeah.
So we got the post-credit scene. There's only one,
Yeah.
so you don't have to stick around for 20 minutes.
Even though the lights were like still off in the theater. It's like into the first one. It's like they should just turn the lights back on. Like, okay, you can leave now.
You can leave now. No, you can't. You can never leave. If it was a Marvel movie, you can't leave.
Yeah.
Because they would have had like a post-credit scene with like Hot Dog Man or something.
They'd be like, it's done.
It's done. It's over. But this one only has one post-credit scene. It's weird though, because I'm a massive fan of Henry Cavill's Superman. Like we talked about, if you go back and watch our DC reviews,
Yeah.
I gave Man of Steel like a 10 out of 10. Like that's like one of my favorite superhero movies. I know some people hate that. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But so Superman shows up at the end because Black Adam has a confrontation on like voice message or
drones.
FaceTime.
Yeah, FaceTime with the drones.
Amanda Waller, and she like warns him that if he leaves Kahndaq, then she's gonna kill him or something like that.
Is she like a villain? Like is she
Basically,
it's like a mastermind. This is like just telling people like this is her prison now.
Like horrible in the Suicide Squad movies.
Doing.
And that's my problem, because she threatens Black Adam, and Black Adam's like, send whoever, because she's like, I'm the strongest person in the universe, in the planet. And she's like, well, I could call in a favor from somebody outside the planet.
Yeah.
And he's like, send them all. I don't care.
Yeah.
And then the second she gets off the phone, Superman shows up.
Yeah, you hear like the speed.
Yeah.
That little sound, like sonic boom or whatever.
Yeah, sonic boom. And then Superman arrives, and it's Henry Cavill, but I have some issues here. It's Henry Cavill is Superman, but why is he under the command of Amanda Waller?
Yeah, I know.
Like that's my problem with DC, Warner Brothers DC take. Superman's either controlled by Darkseid, or he's controlled by Amanda Waller, or he's controlled by something.
They're controlled by everyone.
Controlled by Lex Luthor. It's like, okay.
He's not his own man.
He's never his own man. He's the most powerful being in the universe, but he's never in control of his own fate. But he shows up, and it's like a weird version of Henry Cavill, because it's like Christopher Reeve's Superman, but it's Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
He's got a different suit.
He even has the little hair.
Yeah, he's got the little hair curl.
Yeah, the little curl thing.
And it played John Williams' Superman theme, not Hans Zimmer's Superman theme.
I don't even pay
Which was weird, because it did the like dun 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 dun.
I didn't even pay attention.
That theme. So it's playing the other theme. So it's like, is this the same Superman, or is this not the same Superman? Like it looks the same, but is this a multiversal version?
That could be it, because I don't know when this is supposed to be
with
set with the Flash.
Yeah, that's my thing. So then we're gonna get into We said spoilers, but I think you kind of get the idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
Black Adam just basically kills the devil guy.
Yeah, he literally, like I said, why we're saying that is weird is because it's like you don't see Terrorist Man. He's there for like 10 minutes. He literally is there for like 10 minutes. He turns to Satan.
He turns into Satan,
and then he gets beaten.
Like, he gets ripped in half by Black Adam.
Yeah, it was like in a matter of 5 minutes. It was like it went from that. It's like you had Dr. Fate. He tells because they convinced him to say Shazam. So because that's the whole thing. They were trying to get him to say Shazam so he can come back to a normal person.
Yeah.
Because they know that if you say Shazam, you go back to your like
super powered form.
Yeah, your super powered form. So
because Dr. Fate sacrifices himself, so this is gonna be a one and done for Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, because he's like, how did they get like? What did he do? Like who did they beat up to get to that point? This because they got the crown. I think that's because they got the crown.
Yeah,
because that's the whole point. They were trying to get this crown that was like possessed.
That basically makes you Satan.
Yeah, it's like
you have to be wearing the crown and then die.
But you have to like know the specific incantations and stuff. And
yeah, and this guy was the terrorist man was a direct descendant of the king.
Which the first scene you see is like the whole place exploding because it's like it kind of hints that he kills them, but then he's like, oh yeah, it was because he lost his power, like he lost control of his power and just blew the whole thing up.
Yeah,
it wasn't like he just killed everyone. It wasn't just like
right. If it sounds convoluted, it kind of is.
Yeah,
but anyway. Yeah, in the end, Dr. Fate dies, but his death brings back Black Adam. And then Black Adam shows up and, pretty easily kills Satan, man.
Yeah, it was like not even close.
So, like, that was weird.
Because even Pierce Brosnan almost beat him.
That's true. Beat him. It's true. So, yeah, that's pretty much the end of Black Adam. But what I was going to talk about is theories and baseless conjecture.
Yeah, there you go.
Everybody's favorite topic on YouTube, especially on the internet.
Yeah.
So this is DC theory time. Do you think that is actually the normal Henry Cavill Superman that we've seen, or is this actually part of a post-Flash timeline? And that's why the Justice Society of America just shows up, and we've never heard of them before.
That's probably a post-Flash, because I don't know when this is supposed to be in the timeline.
Because I'm kind of thinking what I'm thinking is going to happen. This is my own baseless conjecture.
Yeah.
I guess it's not completely baseless, but it's probably nonsense. My idea is that the Flash is going to change events. It's going to change the hierarchy of power in the DC universe. The Flash is going to go back in time. He's going to mess everything up. And then somehow during the course of that film, he's going to fix things. But he's going to fix things so that they're better than they were before. So when he comes through, hopefully that means he'll be a different person.
Yeah.
Entirely. He's not Ezra Miller.
Yeah, he's got to remember, Ezra Miller is going to fix the DC universe.
He's going to fix everything.
Ezra Miller
will save us all.
Mr. Ezra.
Yes. I'm not banking on that, but what I do think will happen, what I mean by that is, people have been following DC for years now. Mm-hmm. We've heard all the rumors about Michael Keaton's coming back as Batman. Ben Affleck's done as Batman. Henry Cavill's done as Batman or Superman. It was Batman. So they're all done. And we're going to get all new people. We're going to get Supergirl instead of Superman. So on. And
let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of
Ramada, probably. So anyway, what I think is going to happen, and this may be completely wrong, but I think what's going to happen when the Flash changes time and when he returns is it's going to be the same universe, but slightly different.
Yeah.
Not as drastically different as they were saying. Like, we're not going to have Michael Keaton Batman. Yeah. We're going to have Ben Affleck Batman.
We're going to have Michael Keaton in a nursing home Batman. He's going to have
70-year-old Batman. That was the thing, too. Like, we're getting way off topic on this right now, but remember when they said Henry Cavill was too old to play Superman? Yeah. But they were going to replace Ben Affleck with 70-year-old Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
It's like putting, like, Han Solo.
Harrison Ford in there instead of...
Like Harrison Ford Batman. Like, part-time.
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 We are getting Harrison Ford Thunderbolt Ross, but that's a totally different continuity altogether. But anyway, my idea is that Batman in the Snyderverse is, like, super dark. He murders people. Robin was killed and it broke him or whatever.
Yeah.
So my idea is maybe the Flash fixes that. It's still Ben Affleck, but maybe now he doesn't kill people. Maybe Robin's still alive. Maybe stuff like that happens. Maybe Superman now is not brooding and dark. He's not the Injustice Superman. He's not going to become Hitler.
Yeah.
Like they keep pushing all the time. He's like Christopher Reeve Superman. Yeah. But it's Henry Cavill still.
Yeah.
That's my idea what they're doing. And I say this because Michael Keaton was supposed to do a cameo in Aquaman, Aquaman 2, and they like deleted his cameo and replaced it with Ben Affleck.
Yeah, I remember he had to do reshoots.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, so is Ben Affleck just back again as Batman?
Probably.
In this continuity? Because the people that were the problem are all gone.
They even showed in this movie, like they kept showing those posters, but there's obviously it was like Ben Affleck Batman.
Yeah.
And it showed Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Gal Gadot,
Wonder Woman. And it obviously showed Aquaman of
Jason Momoa.
It was like all the characters, and then Ezra Miller's picture got like ripped and like everyone was like, except Ezra Miller's ones got destroyed. It was like, what?
So
a subliminal message.
There was even a Cyborg reference in this. Because one kid gets knocked down and he had a bunch of Cyborg comics. I thought Cyborg was like a taboo topic.
Yeah.
Because Ray Fisher and his ongoing lawsuit or whatever.
I kind of wonder if maybe because Zaslav's in there, I wonder if they're trying to get that settled or something. Because I have a feeling Hamada was probably the biggest issue.
It was one of Ray Fisher's named offenders.
Yeah, like it was like the biggest issue was probably not Ray Fisher, but Hamada. I think he was like the biggest issue. So if he's not there, Zaslav probably trying to, especially with Zaslav. Was there a lawsuit going on?
There was something going on. I never truly understood what was happening there. But yeah, that seems to be what's going on with this. And this may be the vehicle they do that change in. They definitely brought Cavill back.
And being the Rock has a pretty, I would say he probably has a big sway in Hollywood.
The Rock has a lot of influence in Hollywood. And also, I think his agent is also Henry Cavill's agent.
Oh, is it? Okay.
If I remember right. Like their talent agent or whatever. I think they're the same.
Okay, so they probably was able to like tell Cavill's like he's leaving.
Yeah.
I'm going on.
Come back. Yeah, Kamada's getting out of here.
Because I know Cavill's always wanted to be like he's always wanted to do another Superman. It's just
his problem with Superman is the way it's been portrayed.
Yeah.
Because he's actually working the rumor has it, we haven't had concrete proof yet that Cavill's back. But there was an announcement this past week that there was a Man of Steel 2 being made, and they announced the producer, and that was it. We assume Henry Cavill's on board, but who knows? Yeah. And of course, Black Adam 2 would have Superman because they're teasing the fight here.
Yeah. And I know Dwayne Johnson was saying he wants Cavill Superman specifically.
Yeah.
Back.
And he's also said stuff about wanting Wonder Woman in it.
Yeah, like
she would fit really well with this because they're always talking about the gods and ancient magic and all that crap.
I think he even says like your magic's weak. Like first thing he's like your magic's weak.
Right. So I think Wonder Woman would actually fit into the whole Shazam Black Adam continuity.
Now would they bring in Jordan or Levy? Would they bring in Levy in here even though he's like an idiot?
Either
technically probably need to because that's surely this villain. Yeah, they have to eventually.
Because I think the Black Adam Superman thing is probably going to be like a one-off spar. I don't think he's going to be in the whole movie. It might actually be Shazam and Black Adam fighting.
Because I know in Shazam, the first one, the end credit scene was Superman was like eating with them.
Yeah,
and they didn't know each other.
Headless Superman.
Headless Superman. They know each other. Yeah. They literally know each other. So
Cavill's body double came to the cafeteria during lunch.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't hate Shazam either. I thought that was a fine movie.
Yeah, Shazam wasn't bad. Like it's like just fine. It's also like okay,
movies. They're all fine.
Yeah, they're not bad. There's not like anything. I think they got the formula right, where it's like it's pretty hard to screw up.
Yeah, and this one, I thought the humor was just right. They had a few funny jokes.
Yeah, they had some LOL moments.
The walls.
The lol moment.
There was the funniest part though was I think both of us agree the funniest part was when Shazam is like tracking down these the bad guys.
Yeah.
And he just gets done killing one, and then he throws one like a mile away.
Yeah.
And the guy's still in the air, and Dr. Fate calls him up and is like, okay, so did you find those guys? And he's like, yeah, I dealt with them. And it was like, well, good, bring them in. I can like mind break.
I gotta mind break him. We're gonna tell him where the location is.
And then Black Adam's like, yeah, about that. And then Dr. Fate's like, you killed him, dude.
Yeah, he's like in the air.
And then the guy's like body hits the ground like 2 miles away, and Black Adam's just like, yeah, you didn't make it.
Yeah. So there is some humor.
It's humor, but it's not forced. Like Marvel has a tendency to force too many jokes.
Or they do like a joke, like rapid succession jokes.
Yeah,
Which
jokes every minute.
I think that's the problem from Guardians of the Galaxy, because ever since that movie,
Yeah, but it worked in Guardians of the Galaxy.
it's like every movie after that, it's been pretty much just rapid fire jokes constantly.
Yeah, and speaking of Guardians, I guess the last thing before we wrap this up. Speaking of Guardians, I did see earlier that there was some article about James Gunn making another DC film or another DC project that's not Suicide Squad. And I wonder if it's Black Adam 2.
That would be a good choice.
Because his wife was in this one.
Yeah.
And he also dealt a lot with the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, because it's like talk about that.
Amanda Waller is heavily involved.
Yes.
And Justice Society of America or whatever got sent in.
Yeah.
So
the B team,
whatever they are,
not even like that's like the CD team or the D team.
like more powerful than the Suicide Squad. So like I don't understand where these guys have been all this time.
Yeah, I don't know how the hierarchy of power
establish the hierarchy of power before they change it.
That's why they have like the JLA, Justice League of America, or I guess Justice League.
It's just the J.
The Justice League, and then they have
America.
The Justice League of America. Then they have
Society. Okay.
Actually, there is a Justice League of America too. But they have two different ones in the comics.
Yeah.
That's like I don't know if it's the same thing.
Young Justice.
Yeah, and Young Justice and like Blood Justice. Yeah, the Teen Titans, where are they at? Or
when are we getting my favorite town ever, Bloodhaven?
There you go.
That sounds like something from like Warhammer or something.
Like, where's the Justice League of Antarctica?
What Justice League of Blood?
Like, we want the JLA. You mean Justice League of America? No, the Justice League of Antarctica.
They're led by the Penguin.
Yeah, they just show up. Like, they have Justice League everywhere. Where's that one? Like, he was in the ice planet.
Yeah, so Dwayne has been talking for years about changing up the hierarchy of power in the DC universe. It's like, I think we need to establish what the hierarchy of power actually is.
Yeah, because we don't know. It's hard to tell because if they're bringing in characters, you don't know who's powerful or not.
Because these guys are way stronger than the Suicide Squad.
Because they can take a punch from like Black Adam.
Yeah, they're not at the level of Justice League, but they're higher than Suicide Squad.
Yeah, and I think it kind of hinted at that because when Amanda Waller was like, "You can bring them in, right?" It's like, yeah, we can go ahead and like,
fine.
Yeah, it's fine. They said they fought other things that were bigger, so obviously they did do something.
And it's like when Wonder Woman said, "I killed things from other planets before."
Yeah,
and it's like, have you?
Yeah, yeah. What? In between the movies,
It must have been Batman versus Superman. He said it's from another planet. Talking about Doomsday.
Yeah,
and then Wonder Woman was like, "I've killed beings from other worlds before."
Is that what it's like?
But have you? Because like you were in the first Wonder Woman and you fought Ares, but that's an Earth god.
Yeah.
And then Wonder Woman 84, she fought Cheetah.
Unless it's talking about Pedro Pascal. He acted like he was from another world. Yeah. So maybe he was, right? He just got confused.
He's Din Djarin.
He's Din Djarin. He came up with his Mandalorian helmet.
Yeah.
Punched.
I forgot he was from Mandalore.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they need to like, I don't know, tie up some of their loose ends in the DC universe.
DC is just still like
it's kind of a mess. Yeah. It's kind of a mess. In some ways I like it better than the MCU.
Yeah, it's they have their moments.
Like, they both have their ups and downs.
It's like DC always tries to emulate Marvel all the time, but it's obviously they're darker than
darker, and then they're like, oh, we need to lighten it up.
Yeah.
It's like, but that's what makes you different from Marvel.
Snyderverse.
When they try to lighten it up, like this movie, like we already said once, Black Adam was supposed to be R. It shows.
Like the first kill, he like electrocutes that guy, and his skin,
Great
like,
dude.
yeah, the guy's skin is just like melting off his body.
How is it not R?
Yeah, that was pretty gruesome for a superhero movie.
Like there's some parts in this that are borderline that should be R.
Yeah, he's like, I kill people. It's like, you don't,
People.
like your heroes don't kill people.
It's about train life. It's about stay hungry.
I do. Yeah,
That's exactly what
he
he's.
literally just kills people constantly.
And then the part where Black Adam just starts talking about he's got black and Samoan in his veins.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Wait a minute, no, you don't. You're from Kondak or
Condar,
Kondak.
Just
Kondak.
Kondak or
Klondike.
yeah, Klondike.
It's from somewhere.
Somewhere, random city.
Bronze Age place.
A Bronze Age place that's owned by like corporations like Converse. That how the Converse sign like 8 guys on there is like Converse.
Well, it was formerly known as Kondak, now known as Converse.
Converse. Yeah. Everyone just have Converse sneakers on and eat KFC.
Yes. There was there's another part of the movie was funny too. And now we're just talking about random stuff. There's a part in the movie where the main character, the mother, who's like an archaeologist or something,
Yeah.
she releases Black Adam. Well, she's the one that releases him in the first place because she knows like the incantation or something to break him out of his what she thought was a tomb, but it's actually a prison. She says the thing about how you're supposed to bring justice or something, and she's like arguing with him about killing people. It's like you got to bring justice, don't not kill people.
Yeah.
This man's from the Bronze Age.
Yeah,
I don't think he was gonna do
yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure that's what they did. That should be the only power over there.
Yeah, it's like you think they were strong on people skills.
Yeah, I know. It's like they were diplomats by killing.
I mean, I'm not saying everybody was like a ruthless murderer because it was 5,000 years ago, but chances are quite high
I know.
that he'd have a much less problematic issue with killing people than somebody today might.
Especially when they're fighting everyone all the time.
I did like that though. I did like the overall, which is probably the biggest theme of the movie.
Yeah.
Was the idea that maybe being a little bit darker isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like there's situations that call for force.
Which that's actually what I think even brings up.
That's like the whole point of the movie, basically.
Yeah, he was like, not everything can be black and white.
Yeah. You kind of have to, sometimes you have to dirty your hands and get something done. And that's really what the point of the film is. And I thought that was cool because that really hasn't been done too much.
Yeah, especially in a superhero movie. Normally your clear-cut bad guys. And
the only one they do that kind of stuff with is like Batman.
Yeah. Even though he's kind of like not really supposed to be doing that, but
well, I mean, the version they gave us,
the version we got is him just like
Batfleck, where he just murders people. Is a people with a howitzer.
Like, do you need that much firepower, Batman?
Yes.
Where's the batarangs and?
Well, he has those too.
Oh yeah, but they're like sharpened to like extreme sharp.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Because the superpower is he's rich.
Yeah. Like, what's your power? I'm rich.
So yeah, it's fine. I thought it was a decent addition to the DC universe.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how it changes the hierarchy of power.
Yeah.
As we've been told so many times.
Like this would be like, would this be like phase 6 for DC or something?
DC has phases.
At this point, it seems like it is. It's like you had your first couple Snyder movies, and then you had the stuff in between.
And everybody complains about them they're gonna override the Snyderverse or something. And it's like, how? Every single movie has been part of the Snyderverse, except for the Robert Pattinson Batman and the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie.
So the other Batman movies.
Yeah. Everything else has been part of the same continuity.
Yeah.
Even the 2 Suicide Squad movies are in the same continuity with each other somehow.
It's almost like they probably should just keep them and just be like, just add on to the Snyderverse and just change it to whatever.
Well, that's why I kind of think the Flash is going to make like a slightly altered version of the timeline, but not drastically altered.
Yeah.
We're going to have the same people, except for maybe Ezra Miller, because he's impossible to work with.
Can't get rid of him.
Well, the last thing I saw, he was like facing up to 25 years in prison or something.
for stealing all that stuff and breaking that guy's house.
It's like, well, if it's convicted, you're gonna have to recast.
He's gonna be in prison doing the Flash, I guess.
You gotta break the rules, Barry. You gotta do it now.
Yeah.
But anyway, that is completely off topic. Well, I guess not completely. It's still
Yeah.
DC.
Still DC.
But anything else you want to say about Teth Adam?
Teth Adam. The Fonz was in it.
Oh, yeah, about that. Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so Adam Smasher. Apparently, this is a mantle that's been passed down.
Yeah, he says he has a suit and he's called it vintage, but it sounds like he has the powers, but he doesn't.
Yeah, just didn't get that one either. Everybody has powers, but then they have items that give them their powers.
Yeah, he's like,
but they have the powers.
like, don't destroy the suit. It's vintage. That's what Henry Winkler said to him.
Henry Winkler shows up. He literally phones it in.
Yeah, he's like on a Zoom call.
Zoom call.
Like he's like in his house.
Yeah.
He was wearing just like a normal like suit. It was like not even a suit. It was just like a t-shirt.
He's wearing a t-shirt. Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's my suit. That's a vintage. Just don't destroy it.
Yeah. So Adam Smasher's uncle is Henry Winkler.
Yeah. That was like,
I'm gonna assume that somebody else is related to William Shatner in this universe.
yes, exactly.
They're all people that are in this.
Yeah, they're all there.
They're trying to grab anybody they can that Marvel hasn't already.
Yeah, just grab everyone. I think Marvel's been like recycling some DC people too, anyway. So
DC's just like, we need to grab anybody that Marvel hasn't got yet. Did they get the Fonz yet? No. Good. Get them.
get him. Yeah, he doesn't even have to be here. Just
Tell me, phone it in.
get on the FaceTime and just talk with the camera.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
Most likely, it seemed like that.
They were filming something. Somebody was talking to Henry Winkler about another project, and they were like, "Oh, by the way, can you film this thing for us?
Maybe Adam Smasher for
Can you just
Adam Smasher.
Can you just have this conversation with us here?
Yeah, just talk.
read this.
Yeah, just read this.
We're making a movie, and Dwayne's a huge fan of yours.
He liked that episode where he jumped over the shark, and
Everybody loved that
so
episode.
that's the best episode in existence.
Yeah, that time we jumped the shark, and
Changed movies forever. Shows forever.
that was everybody's favorite episode.
Yes.
So yeah, that happened. Yeah, I forgot about the Fonz being in this.
Yes.
Anything else you want to say about Teth Adam?
Just I think about everything we've already said. It's at least a good start if they're trying to rechange some stuff. I think it's a pretty good start
Yeah.
from the Hamada era, the reign of the Hamada being over.
Yes.
So
All right. Yeah. So I think that's going to be about it for this review and rambling session
yes.
and whatever else. Conspiracy theories. DC conspiracy.
Dark web conspiracy.
Conspiracy. So if you like this video, hit that like button. Consider subscribing for more content like this in the future. And let us know what you thought about Black Adam in the comments section below if you saw it.
Yes.
And as always, thanks for watching. See you guys.